Hey, what's up? This is Aaron Hilliard, Mushroom Wonderland. We got Michael and Jed. A couple friends are out here by the coast, and we're gonna be looking at mushrooms that are growing in August. There's like a fog belt that is here right by the ocean on the coast of Washington. So there's mushrooms growing, even though it's dry inland. We can discover mushrooms, and we just get out of the truck, and I discover a patch of mushrooms growing right down here. So let's have a look. What we got here? Oh, you got some berries. So these. Cool, look at that rosy colored stipe. And there's a nice little patch on. This is in the genus Russula. And so this one's very light. You feel how light that is?
Oh, yeah.
You know why? It's full of bugs, right?
Oh,
Can
yeah?
you feel it?
Oh, jeez.
It's just hollowed out from worms and stuff. But these are in a genus they call brittle gills because they crumble apart really easily. A lot of mushrooms will bend and stuff. So these are a type of mushroom that are generally edible. There's not really any real toxic variety, but these ones are older. But one way to tell is you can take a little nibble off the corner of the cap, and some of them are very spicy, and that would be the one that you don't want to eat. And some of them are very mild. So this one, I don't really want to eat like worms and bugs, but you can do this just a little bit. And
No, thank you. Make sure you spit it out. Oh, well, not that.
after a second, okay. These are acrid. These are spicy ones. You'll get that spice in a second. And you could swallow it. It's not really going to make you sick, but you feel that spiciness on the tip of your tongue.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's what we call an acrid Russula. And wouldn't be good for eating, even though some of them you could cook that acridity away, but typically these can be toxic. Cause you upset stomach if you ingested it, not from a nibble and spit. You can do that with the death cap.
That thing.
You'd be fine. It's such a small amount.
Yeah.
But you feel how spicy that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these brittle gills, these kind that crumble apart like that, if you taste test it like that, if it's spicy, leave them behind. If it's mild, they're totally edible. Safe to eat.
Yeah.
Here, wash it away with a few huckleberries.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.
That was nice, dude. You're brave to just put the first old mushroom in your mouth.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
You did.
Welcome to Mushroom Wonderland.
So yeah, the way to ID a mushroom is you gotta get it from the stipe, from the base and everything. That one's cool. These are beautiful. This is in a genus Laria, and they have really widely spaced gills. Look at that, really photogenic mushroom. These are edible, and these are mycorrhizals, so they're growing in association with trees here. Probably the pine tree, Pinus. These are really good mycorrhizal hosts. So these mushrooms won't fruit without the trees. Yeah, these are edible. Any of the Lacaria are edible and not very tasty though. And they grow in big numbers in the autumn, and so they can look pretty tasty. But I cooked some up last fall and tried them, and I was disappointed. I was like, yuck, they're actually gross. But definitely edible, a survival food if you needed to. And they've got that waxy, dry feel, and widely spaced gills. You know, some mushrooms will have really tightly tight gills. Yeah, see, they're kind of widely spaced, which makes them like really photogenic. I think. I have a fancy camera in my backpack with a macro lens, and we could take a really beautiful picture of those gills.
What is that called underneath?
So that's the gills.
Oh, the gills.
Yeah.
Say that looks like gills.
Yep, that's gills, or the hymenium, which is the spore-producing surface. So that's where the spores get produced for the mushroom. And but these only grow on the roots of trees here.
And they are edible.
These are edible, yeah. Most mushrooms are not toxic. Surprising, you know. We've got this mycophobic culture that we live in. But the truth is, there's only a couple of deadly mushrooms. Usually when they say toxic or poisonous, it's just going to cause you a GI upset, diarrhea, maybe vomiting in worst case scenario. But deadly, there's very few. Oh, there's a couple of these. This one right here is growing off of this wood. See that? And there's a better one right here.
Oh, look at it. I wouldn't have guessed this was one of those lactaria.
Oh yeah, look at that lactation.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice driplet there.
She might be pregnant.
This one came off of that wood. And this is called a deer mushroom. Pluteus cervinus. And little slugs taking a nibble. This one's edible. White gills growing on wood like that. But this one, when you cook it, it tastes like raw potatoes.
Oh, really?
Which makes you think, ooh, that's pretty good. You know, just cook it up. No, when it's cooked, it tastes like raw potatoes, which is not really good. If you ever crunch into a russet potato, not real tasty.
Yeah.
But you could eat them in a pinch, and they're pretty big.
Deer like to eat those?
I don't care for them. Oh yeah, nice purple russula here. Cool. So this one, so some of these russulas, like the one that we nibbled and spit, some of these dark purple ones are good edibles. Like one's called the shrimp mushroom, Russula zarampolina, and this one, I bet you this one is mild. I bet if we took a nibble and spit of this, it would taste mild, and it would be a decent edible. Beautiful russula growing here in August at the coast. Oh yeah, there's some hiding right down in here. And these guys, look at the dark colored gills there. Oh yeah, we're in a nice patch of these dark spored mushrooms. These ones are called...
Just fell apart.
So look at the gills on that are not as dark as this one. These spores haven't matured all the way. And these ones are mature. This one, Candoleomyces. All right, we're going into the bush. There's mosquitoes, there's mushrooms. So this grass is not native.
Yeah.
They planted this to try to hold the dunes in place when they were farming up here 100 years ago. And it turns out a lot of mushrooms like this grass, and that's what the psychedelic mushrooms that grow up here, they eat the rotting roots of it. And so it's all introduced, so in a way it's invasive, and so are the magic mushrooms that grow with it. So what did we see here, Jed? What are these little guys?
We saw something I've never seen in my lifetime ever, or nor would I ever perceive to see this.
Right. These are some a big colony of tiny mushrooms. But through the jeweler's loop, it shows a whole nother world.
Can you get a jeweler's loop on your...
There we go. Oh yeah. No, I can kind of see it.
I gotta get your face all the way in there, really.
We're getting up close and personal.
Mobile.
That's crazy. This is grown on a tiny little piece of wood with this little plant.
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Absolutely crazy.
That's so cool.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. This thing really...
Isn't that amazing?
totally brings it alive.
Yeah. Look at the thick little stipes on these. So in fungal language, we say stipe instead of stem.
Okay.
Because it's not a plant. Ooh, look at these. Whoa, look at the gills.
What would you call that kind of scaliness to it?
Flocos or just scaly. So these are beautiful. Wow, look how widely spaced those gills are. Cool, those are neat. And brown spores. Look at how dark. Wow.
And they're mature, but not overly...
These are dropping millions of spores right now. I'm actually doing them a favor and just getting all these spores into the wind. Very cool. And I'll take a picture of those. Those are unique. How awesome. That's definitely fungal, and it stinks, and it smells kind of like a gymnopus.
I have no idea what it does have a...
Oh, this one, an Entaloma pink spored. Some of these are pretty toxic. Very tall.
Oh, yeah.
It totally depends on where you are and what's growing around your area. Right here we have a really cool Inocybe. Oh, look at these. Beautiful little Inocybe. So another muscarine containing. Look how umbinate it is. That's that pointy cap. Very magical looking, right? It looks like a fairy tale. Huh? Umbo, yeah. They call that the umbo, that point, that little nipple on it. A very cool Inocybe. The fiber caps. You can see why I call it a fiber cap, right?
Yeah, because it's got all the...
Yeah,
fibers.
Very fibrous, yeah. So like the common name of the russulas are brittle gills, and the common name of these are fiber caps, and you can start to see why those families get their names.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what do we find in the bushes down there? Yeah, right there. Oh, look back there. You guys crazy. That's a nice... Nice flush back there in the woods.
Over here too, look at this.
Oh, they're everywhere. Too bad these weren't more desirable. These are Candoleomyces candoleanus in the Satharalaceae. Yeah, that was gorgeous. Look at this, lobster mushroom. Hypomyces lactiflorum.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
Wow.
There we go, we found one.
Wild. Finally.
So yeah, this is a really good edible. Look, he found a shrimp. Yeah,
Those
they're
are good eating, huh?
Oh yeah. But this one's old. You feel how light it is, full of bugs. But you can also dye fabric with this.
Really?
It's got fungal pigments. So whenever you find one, you can slow down, start looking around at lumps. We call them shrumps, little shroom bumps. And but lobster mushrooms, people are bringing them to him to buy by the hundreds of pounds right now.
Really?
They're out. These are really highly desired edibles, but this one's way past its due. Oh yeah, make good money picking like lobsters and stuff. So hey Michael, do you mind if we go back and see what you do with all these lobster mushrooms?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go back to Michael's and see what he does with all the lobster mushrooms that are found here on the coast. Right on, you guys. Thanks for coming out in the woods, Jed. That was so fun. Did you have fun today?
Absolutely did.
Yeah. What did you learn?
I just I learned about the Russula.
Yeah.
The first and the last one we saw, and we just saw some beautiful
We taste
stuff.
tested it even, and it's safe to do that. You feel okay?
Yeah. Yep.
But it was spicy.
I did faint back there, but
Yeah. You got more excited about those tiny mushrooms
Yeah.
than anything, man. That was so much fun.
yeah,
so.
super fun. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah. So after hanging out with Jed and Michael at this state park here on the coast right by ocean shores, we went back to Michael's mushroom stand where people bring in wild mushrooms and he buys them for cash money. It was cool to hang out with him and his wife and just watch some of the characters come in with their mushrooms. This really is like the soft white underbelly of wild mushrooms. I just think it's really cool. Big shout out to Michael for letting me hang out and get some footage like this, and I hope you guys enjoy this part of the video.
Flowers from sitting out the
Jeez, look at that.
mushroom seems to be reactive to the warmth.
Do people buy them when they're all spored out like that?
Sometimes I will buy them.
That thing is huge.
It's not an indicator that the mushroom is bad.
Yeah. It's kind of off-putting though, you know?
It is.
So all of these lobster mushrooms are going to be dyer's mushrooms at the Quinalt Fungi Festival thing. They're not good enough to sell for edible purposes, but they'll be great for dyeing. This is Barb.
Hey.
Hey, and you're throwing a mushroom festival at the Quinalt?
Yeah, Quinalt. We're going to be October 5th at the Lake Quinalt School, and we're going to have 40 vendors. Langdon Cook is going to present. It's a festival. There's going to be food.
And this is like the first annual. You're going to do this next year?
Yes, this is the first annual. And by the way, we started a mushroom club in Grays Harbor called Shores and Sports.
I've heard about that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
so this is the Quinalt Rainforest Mushroom Festival, October 5th, Saturday. Doors open at 9.
Way cool.
5. We're going to have forays, workshops, how to dye with mushrooms. Not literally dye, but dye wool.
Yeah, mushroom
right?
dyeing. So
Yes.
she's picking up all these lobster mushrooms, and we're gonna load them in her BMW, like 100 pounds of lobster mushrooms. But how do people find this event? Like go online?
Yeah, go online, qrmushfest.com. So
Oh, okay.
qrmushfest.com.
QR like Quinalt Rainforest.
Yes.
Man, so
that's
you guys
right.
get amazing mushrooms up here, huh?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It's magical.
Cool.
Magical.
There's even a glowing Mycena, I think, named for the area, the Mycena quinaltensis.
Oh.
And it glows in the dark, so bioluminescent.
Oh, I want to get on that.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna take all these lobster mushrooms and put them in her car. This is gonna be awesome.
Okay. Hope you guys can make it.
Yeah.
October 5th.
Man, that's gonna be one stinky car.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
To get them out fast.
One of the characteristics of why they call these lobsters.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah, a little too mature, a little bit too much moisture.
But good for
although
dyeing.
They will be good for dyeing.
The only part you get the dye from is this very outer part. So you could even peel them and then eat the white part and dye with the red stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh.
That's all. So.
Interesting. All right, I'm going to take this lot, the stinky lobster lot, and I got some work to do.
Ever since I was a teenager growing up on the Kitsap Peninsula, I've been interested in the commercial mushroom industry. Wild foraging has always piqued my interest for the fact that you could make up your own hours, be out in the forest as your own boss, earning money on natural goods, and of course interacting with mushrooms. Today's commercial mushroom landscape is made up mostly of migrant workers who have came to America for a chance at a better life, and they have brought with them their natural foraging and agricultural backgrounds. Wild gourmet mushrooms are seasonal, and right now, in the end of summer, lobster mushrooms and chanterelles are popping up on the coast of Washington and demanding some pretty good money. Chanterelles right now are firm and dry, with a good shelf life, which is good for both the buyer and the seller. Today, Michael and his wife are paying $10 a pound for chanterelles and $6 a pound for lobster mushrooms. This year seems to be a fruitful year for the lobster mushroom, which brings the price down when the supplies go up. The good news is that these mushrooms often weigh a half pound each, so the money can add up pretty good. After spending the morning hours foraging in their favorite secret spots, one of these pickers can earn several $100s in cold hard cash. This is what initially interested me in the commercial wild mushroom harvesting when I was young, because I could earn some money for gas and party favors. Many of these people are paying their bills and feeding their family with the money they earned here today. Michael's outfit runs like a well-oiled machine, and it's obvious that he's been doing this for quite a while. He cuts the corner off each lobster mushroom to inspect the inside meat to make sure that it's not full of maggots. He discards the buggy, overly ripe, damaged, or rotten mushroom and pays only for the best. There is an understanding among the pickers that their product needs to be fresh and in good shape. People who bring in dirty mushrooms get less money. People who treat their mushrooms well and bring them into the buyer's stand clean will earn a little extra. It's the Wild West of agriculture, and the mushrooms passing through these hands will likely end up on the table of a gourmet restaurant within the next couple of weeks, demanding top dollar for fine cuisine. Whoa, whoa! That's
one way to get it out of the boat.
okay. Lobsters everywhere. Oh man.
These must have fell out of Barb's car.
Yeah, right. I'll just put them in the basket here.
Yeah, you can do that. And
is there a minimum size you take?
No, if it falls out of the baskets, we don't buy it.
Okay.
I guess it's about
Crumbs.
they're really gonna just melt away in the basket.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna sit here for a couple days, and then they're gonna sit in a warehouse somewhere else for a couple days, and then they're gonna get on the shelf, and then some in the produce department isn't gonna take care of their product. And they're just gonna rot on the shelves, and they're gonna go to Safeway and see $50 a pound, and you're gonna be pissed off that you're not getting $50 a pound. And I'm gonna be pissed off if you're trying to sell me rotten mushrooms.
So your scale has to be calibrated by
Yeah.
the Food and Drug Administration? Or
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
And then you got to have it registered in your business.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Pretty important piece of equipment.
yeah.
And you want it to be
Yeah,
calibrated
you
for your
tier-
sake, right? Like,
I just want to treat people fairly.
Right.
It's a couple things happen. Either I'm buying plastic, or you're buying air, or I'm selling you air. 3 pounds,
3 pounds, nice.
$30.
And in the fall, when they're big and soggy, the 3
Yeah, and then I
pounds
get
is.
to buy water.
Wow, yeah, look at the different colors and the gills here. Is this a good year for chanterelles so far?
I think so. My
Yeah.
first day. So
First day.
Oh, your first day?
Yeah.
Nice.
See who's doing it.
Dang. You did this all in a day by yourself?
yeah.
Wow.
35.
You know some spots, man. That's a lot of mushrooms.
Yeah, I know where.
Some people, they only check the stem.
Right.
But so this is really nature's pool out there in the woods. So the insects, they're going to get dew collects in here. It's, a natural reservoir, and the bugs are going to come in here and they're going to lay their eggs in there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be in the cap, not the stem.
Right. That's
They
pristine.
do have a
That's
very
beautiful.
vibrant color to them.
Don't bring people to your spot.
You don't bring people to your spot, huh?
No, because then they come back and they bring more people to your spot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, does it get pretty serious out there about people trying to poach on spots and things like that?
If we're all in the same group, there's a bunch of us in the same group.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man, so there's more than just mushrooms. Okay. Wow. And so they're all zip tied. These are gonna go on an airplane or go across the country or who knows where. Wow.
I'm gonna go somewhere.
Oh, there's a cauliflower
First one
mushroom.
of the season. That's really rare for August.
Spirasus radicata. Nice. It's kind of dried out looking even.
Yeah, it is pretty dry.
Wow. Did it show up like that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Do the mushrooms dry out in here really quick?
Yeah, I mean this evaporator's made specifically to pull moisture out of the air.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I feel the wind. It would probably.
the mushrooms are pretty dry already right now at this time of year, but I can lose 10% of weight overnight.
Wow. Wow. So you're losing money every day these are sitting here. How long before they come out of the woods do they end up on a shelf in a grocery store, you think?
3 days on the
Okay.
short end.
It's pretty quick then.
Yeah.
They want to get them out. They start looking beat up pretty quick,
Yeah.
huh?
These are ones that did make the grade. This
Oh,
is a
okay.
dryer.
Oh,
We
okay.
use these to dry and make little packages.
Oh yeah, nice. I go to gourmet grocery stores and their mushrooms are so sad looking, and I'm thinking, man, those were picked like a month ago, you know?
Yeah, a lot of times it does take that long.
What is that? A shiitake? Oh no, it's a weird lobster. Look at that. Oh yeah.
I thought I saved that white one.
Adorable.
I think this is probably a rare oddity for the season.
Cauliflower mushroom, yeah, these are one of my favorites for sure. Man, they're a good eating one for
The
sure.
biggest one that I've purchased here was 27 pounds.
Whoa. And do you pay a lot of money for cauliflower mushroom?
It depends on, at the height of the season, it probably bottoms out about $8.
Oh, okay. But they can be huge.
Yeah, you can make $100 off of one mushroom.
That's wild. Is this typically when mushroom season starts for you guys? I mean, right in August?
Late July, early August.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it was earlier this year. Yeah.
It seems like it's been really dry too.
Normally people will come to commercially buy late August, and they've already been here 3 weeks. It's a very early start. It was a very wet and mild winter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's been really no summer. Not here anyway. So, I mean, in terms of mushrooms, this is an ideal environment and
Yeah.
like weather conditions. I mean, this is the hottest it's been in 2 weeks, and it's only 80 degrees.
Right.
And then there's, the morning fog and coastal moisture. That comes off.
What time do you guys close down? I imagine you get people rolling in here pretty late if they could, huh?
Even if they can't, they still find a way.
Buy our mushrooms.
Our gate was closed.
I'm glad other people are out here doing this, and in turn they could lead to better sustainability and regulations for the old forests in which these mushrooms grow. I would like to give a big thanks to Michael and his wife for letting me hang out this day and to see how their operation runs. It's just another day in the life of the commercial mushroom trade, but even here there is a spirit of mush love.